This is ASMR and crime, and this is the case of Ryan Borgwardt. He is 45 years old, and it is he who faked his own death to do the unbelievable. After disappearing from a kayaking trip and letting the police and family to believe he was drowned, he reappeared in a video saying he is in his apartment alive and okay. This after his family was mourning and assumed he was dead. A very shocking situation indeed. So now let's dive deep into this case that left the whole community shocked and angry after Dave who he is and the events that followed after his disappearance. Ryan Borgwardt is 45 years old and resident of Watertown in Wisconsin. He is married with his wife and is a father to 3 high school and grade school kids. To outsiders and friends and neighbors, they seem like a very happy family. Nothing unusual and no strange behavior. The kids seemed happy too. But still there is something in his conscience that built up to the event. We will be going into it right now. So let's dive deep into the case and the timeline of how these events took place. Well, day of the execution of the plan, 11th of August. What seemed to his family as a regular activity, he does it often. Early in the morning, Ryan woke up and already told his wife he was planning to go on a kayaking trip at the Green Lake in Wisconsin. He said he was going by himself. Keep this in mind, it will come up later in the video. But of course, this is what he did often. So without any suspicion, his wife waved him goodbye and wished him well. And Ryan went on his way. Shortly after 11 p.m., he said in a text to his wife, "Hi there, I'm headed to shore after kayaking." His wife, of course, was in no state of anxiety or worry and said, "Okay, honey." But instead of going to the shore and back home, he had a different plan in mind. He did go to shore, but not with his kayak. Instead, he took a child-sized lifeboat out of his bag and inflated it. He then overturned the kayak, paddling the inflated boat back to shore and dumped his phone in the lake. Changed into dry clothes, got rid of the boat, paddle and clothes, and he got on an e-bike he stored earlier and rode through the night to Madison. In Madison, he boarded a bus, went to Detroit, and then to the Canadian border. He continued on the bus to an airport and got on a plane. We arrive at August the 12th. He later managed to arrive in a country in Europe. August 12th in Wisconsin, the same time. His wife and family were very worried, and after searching for him near the lake, and the day before he went missing, they could not find him. The family was in deep shock and decided they must call the police. At 5:32 the same day, deputies responded to a missing persons call around 5:32 p.m. local time. The police arrived shortly. His last known location was Green Lake. They checked the areas around the lake and found Ryan's vehicle along with his trailer parked in an area of Dodge Memorial Park. Borgwardt's capsized kayak was first found in the western part of the lake. They also found a life jacket attached to it. Next day, August 13th. On the 13th of August, his fishing rod and tackle box with his wallet, keys, and a license were found. 3 cadaver dogs and the dive team were also brought in to help with the search. Everything pointed at his death. An unfortunate event, or just an accident that left his family heartbroken. Then we skip forward to August the 24th. After an almost 8-week effort, they still could not find him. They thought he was drowned in Green Lake. Of course, because his boat was capsized, and all the evidence seemed to point in that direction. This, of course, was all planned in advance by Ryan. This plan must succeed. Though he thought it was airtight, but nothing went as planned. They were searching for him for 4 months. He thought it would only take a few weeks, and he would then go on his way because the case would be closed. They would pronounce him dead and he would go on about his business in Europe. A diver that went searching for him later said, "I did not find anything other than normal lake trash. Like I had a couple of other things like that. Nothing related to Ryan." Of course, he said, it was very difficult because they had to search in really deep water. Remember that he did choose that lake specifically for this reason. So we skip ahead to when they finally found him. So how did they do it? How did they find him? They did multiple searches of his car and property. After a thorough search on his laptop, authorities came up with a list of phone numbers and email addresses, and then tried to call and email every single one number they had. Keep in mind that Ryan did not expect any of this to happen. He planned this a very different way. That this investigation would only take 2 weeks. They would eventually reach a Russian-speaking woman who connected them with Borgwardt. We will now go into the details of what was found during the search. We will discuss that later on in this video, when the sheriff reported on his father's reappearance. In a video, he is still pleading that he would reveal his whereabouts and come back. This is what he said to pull on the heartstrings and reveal the location. In this case, we must not forget that he is the father of 3 young kids. The sheriff said Christmas is coming, and what better gift he could give his kids than to be there for Christmas with them. He said he was also getting very emotional, even he became that. As he said this, so the police later said in a report that Ryan did not expect that he would search for him longer than 2 weeks. But the fact of the matter was that they were looking for him for 3 months. The sheriff said, "Well, I hate to tell you, he picked the wrong sheriff from the wrong department. It cost the community thousands of dollars since the volunteer search organization was involved." We can understand why he then stated that he was very concerned of how the community would react to his sudden appearance. Ryan Borgwardt said his biggest concern was that. Now, what happened to him that got him to do this, and what was found during the search of his belongings on his computer? We will go into that. Well, shortly after this event, a video was released. Borgwardt wearing an orange shirt and not smiling at all, looking directly into the camera. And on the video appeared that it has been taken on his phone. Borgwardt said he was in his apartment and briefly panned the camera, but mostly showed just a door and bare walls. They are in communication right now through the email daily and that is when he revealed his secrets to what he did to the police. He still did not share his whereabouts, where exactly he is, in what location. He said, "I was able to fake my own death by capsizing the kayak in Green Lake to make it appear as if I was drowned," he said. "You know, I got myself in this situation and I just gotta try to get out of it. It was perfectly planned to deceive everyone." So now we go into this crucial detail. Why did he do it? The police, who was in communication with him, said he had a personal matter going on, and this was the right thing to do. According to the police and searches they did, there is no evidence that suggests that there is anything related to criminal activity or personal danger. So that's of course not the issue. That's not the reason why he did it. So how did he do it? But what they did find is that he was in communication with a woman from Uzbekistan, which is the Russian-speaking woman. We can assume that all the evidence point to the fact that he wanted to start a new life with this woman and to forget all about his previous life with his wife and kids. The best way is to just disappear. So how did he do it? In January 2024, we now go back almost 11 months. Prior to execution of his plan, he did a lot of research. But unfortunately, it did not go as planned. You can decide if it's unfortunate or fortunate. Please leave a comment to let me know what you think. Earlier that year, Borgwardt took out a $375,000 life insurance. The police later said he took this life insurance policy for his family. He did not add any more details about this fact. And he also purchased an airline gift card. Of course, because gift cards are not traceable, investigators previously learned Borgwardt also obtained a second passport. They also found a laptop that was an important piece of evidence that uncovered more of his plan. They were able to uncover the following. He replaced the hard drive on his laptop, cleared browser history on the day of his disappearance, synced the laptop with iCloud. He got photos of passports on his laptop. He had inquiries about moving funds to foreign banks, changed his email address associated with financial accounts on the day of his disappearance, communication with a woman from Uzbekistan, a new life insurance taken out in January, a purchased airline gift card. The fact that he met a woman from Uzbekistan was something that shocked everyone. He found to communicate with her on a regular basis. She was a woman from that country in Uzbekistan. They also discovered Borgwardt had moved money into foreign banks in January. And all evidence point to the fact that it was done in over less than a year in advance. Makes you wonder why someone rather wants to appear dead than just simply divorce and go on about your life separately. He made it appear to fake his death, to want to start a new life without his wife and sadly without his kids. Because of course when you're dead, you don't have any responsibility of paying child support or just simply being there for the kids. The search of Borgwardt lasted 54 days and involved divers, sonar, drones, and a lot of manpower. When he does return, he can prepare for a big mess that he needs to clean up, since the county is seeking a restitution of $30,000 to $40,000 for the search efforts. As of November 2024, Borgwardt has not been charged yet. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button.
I go to Uzbekistan or stay here?
Say that one more time.
Do I go to Uzbekistan or stay here?
Do you have family there?
No.
Why do you want to go?
Meet a woman?
To meet a woman. And it was
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan. You don't like American women?
Oh, they're familiar.
So you've given up on meeting someone here?
No, I'm married.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you want to find someone else?
Empty nest. I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking you.
Wait, empty nest? What do you mean?
Empty nest. My kids are out of the house now.
So you want to find, adopt a child?
No. I want to find a companion that I'm content with.
I think that requires you to divorce someone first.
Well, maybe.
That's good.
Or is she okay with that?
That's a good question. Remains to be seen.
Have you guys had a conversation about that?
Mm-hmm.
So, would it be like a throuple or something?
No.
Okay. Oh, you guys would get a divorce, possibly.
Possibly, yeah.